In this video, we're going to discuss how to factor using the difference of squares. Now, when we use the difference of squares, we're going to use this formula right here. So if you notice, see how a is squared minus b squared. Now, both of these have to be squared, and we also have to have a minus sign. And then we just plug in the numbers. So let me show you how this works. On the first one, x squared minus 16. Well, x is already squared, but 16 is not squared. So if I said x squared minus 4 squared, isn't 4 squared the same thing as 16? Now, both of these are squared. So we're going to use the second part of the formula. We're going to say parentheses, the square root of x squared is x minus, and this right here would be 4, times x plus 4. Okay, all I did was use this formula right here. Okay, so once you get familiar with it, all you're going to do is you're just going to take the square root of both of these. So look at the second one. What is the square root of x squared? X minus, what's the square root of 36? 6. So the second part is going to be x plus 6. Let's look at this one. The square root of x squared would be x minus the square root of 49 is 7. So x plus 7. Okay, number 4. On this one, we have 64x squared minus 1. So what is the square root of 64? Well, that would be 8. What's the square root of x squared? X. Minus the square root of 1 is 1. So the second part is going to be 8x plus 1. Okay. Square root of 196 is 13x minus square root of 144 is 12. So the second part is going to be 13x plus 12. Okay, square root of 25 is 5. Square root of p squared is p. Minus square root of 16 is 4. So 5p plus 4. Okay, number 7. Is there a square root of 18? No, there isn't. Also, can you take the square root of 2? No, you can't do either one of those. Well, let's talk about factoring. What can I factor out of both of these? What do they both have in common? They both have a 2. So if I was to pull a 2 out, that would leave me with 9x squared minus 1. Now look at inside the parentheses. Can I take the square root of everything inside the parentheses? All right, so we have 2 parentheses. The square root of 9 is 3. The square root of x squared is x. Minus the square root of 1 is 1. So my next set of parentheses will be 3x plus 1. Let's do another one like that. We cannot take the square root of 75, and we cannot take the square root of 12. So a number that will go into both of these would be 3. So if I pulled a 3 out, that would be 25. 3 times 25 is 75, x squared, minus 4. 3 times 4 is 12. Now, we can take the square root of everything inside the parentheses. So we say 3 parentheses, square root of 25 is 5x minus square root of 4 is 2 times 5x plus 2. All right, now this one right here looks a little bit different. See how it's x to the 6th minus x to the 4th. So the way that you take a square root, we just divide the exponent by 2. So 6 divided by 2, that would give me 3, so x to the 3rd power, minus 4 divided by 2 would be y to the 2nd power. So the next part would be x to the 3rd plus y squared. Right on this one. Now, I can't divide 3 by 2. If I do, wouldn't they give me 1.5? Well, that's not an even number. So what we're going to have to do is see what can I pull out. What's my greatest common factor? Well, they both have an x in common, so I want to pull an x out. Now, if I pulled an x out, that would give me 4x to the 2nd power minus 9. Right? Because x times x squared is x to the 3rd, and x times negative 9, that would give me negative 9x. Now look inside the parentheses. Can I take the square root of it? So x parentheses, square root of 4 is 2x minus square root of 9 is 3. So the second part is 2x plus 3. Now let's look at this one. Can we take the square root of this? Yes. Can you take the square root of 9? Yes. But notice there is a plus sign. Now if you remember back, if you look all the way up here at the formula, see how there is a minus sign here. Remember I told you that it has to be a minus sign. Since this is a plus sign, it is not factorable. Not factorable. So your answer is just going to be x squared plus 9. We can't do anything with it. Okay, I hope this helps you with the difference of squares.